Send these questions. As you see, we are intrigued by these questions. Continue to send them in. I can't answer. I don't, so I can't answer that. But
should we even?
We can.
I don't even know. It's one of those questions like.
Here, I don't want to dictate your question. Just tell me which one you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it, and we'll get into it.
Okay. I don't know about that. I'm not asking that one. That was for a later date.
Let's go back to the second part.
Okay. Let's go to the second one. So the second B of why is the church so full of single women? B asked as well, why aren't churches encouraging marriage like in the past?
I think they are. I think in general churches have become. You seeing churches become a little more
focused
liberal,
on purpose.
No, a little more liberal, and you've seen a lot of non-denominational churches and churches that are accepting of different types of religion, different types of doctrine.
Yeah, that's true.
They're starting to look at marriages. There's certain aspects of Christianity that look at marriage differently. Mm-hmm. That if you told them they weren't a Christian because they looked at marriage this way, then they would tell you you're not a Christian because you know. But so we get into all that stuff.
Right.
But I think there's more churches who are merging those old doctrines and belief systems, and so maybe it seems like, depending on what church you go to, they're not focusing on marriage. But I mean, for my church, I don't think that's the opposite. I mean, that's all they talk about is the family unit, family structure. My pastor's huge on that. Yeah. But I have gone to a lot of churches lately who that's just not their focus, and it might be because let's be honest, there are some churches and some congregations who cater to their congregation in order to get more members. And if you look at the divorce rate and it's 65%, then there's more people who aren't getting married or aren't staying in marriages. There's people getting married later in life and don't want to hear about marriage when they come to church. And there are some pastors who feel like I'm going to tread lightly on this subject because I don't want to lose members. And let's really be honest. I mean, the church has become a business. And when you start to lose members, it's like losing customers. And they start to skirt around things that used to be fundamental. The main thing. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the day and age that we live in. Yeah. So I think those two things, that churches are becoming, the denominational lines are being blurred. Yeah. So you don't have those doctrines that dictated what marriage was and what the union of marriage represented are being blurred, and they're coming together. And then you have pastors who are just simply avoiding the topic because the way we view marriage in society is not like we used to view marriage 25 years ago. Right.
Yeah. So and I'll jump on to that as well. I think now I have like 3 different pastors because I based in Atlanta but also in LA or California. And I have one specifically that preaches about family and marriage, but everything. Like, he just nails the word all around in a whole nutshell. And pivotally in season speaks on the things that God needs for him to speak about concerning certain things. And he recently actually just did a marriage series, which was super, super powerful from what I heard. And even people that were married were infected and affected by it, where it ignited even a greater level of love. And then even in those that weren't married yet, it ignited that essence of it's time to get married now. You know what I mean? But one of my other pastors, though, based out of Hollywood area, what I've noticed, his strategic strategy has been, is building people. And why I do love that is because I don't want, me as an individual, before I got to this place where I am now, yes, I wanted to hear about marriage, but was I really ready to hear about marriage when I wasn't together? So his focus is more so on building you as an individual first, before he starts going in concerning you and another person coming in together. You know what I mean? And so for me, I've admired that and been so in awe of that approach, because there's so many young people that live in this fake world of, I want to be a wife, I want to be a husband.
Once I get married, everything's gonna be all right.
Once I get married, everything's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be perfect. But yet, so many people are going into a marriage broken, and then there's more brokenness.
Yeah, half person and half person don't make a whole.
No, it doesn't. A whole person and a whole person makes a whole. And so with that, I think pastors just have to keep being very sensitive to the congregation that the sheep that they have in their congregation, and knowing who they're feeding and why the Holy Spirit is telling them to feed them what they're feeding them. So if it is a congregation where it's a little bit more of a older age crowd, or middle age or whatever, or like in the 30s, 20s to 50s or whatever,
you're probably going to hear more marriage.
You're probably going to hear more marriage. Or if it's a congregation like, for instance, where one of ours is so much entertainment people and so many single people that are so broken because they're being rejected 24/7 from auditioning or whatever, then your focus is speaking on power and purpose and healing and forgiveness and all of these things. Then in the entertainment, we experience a lot of broken relationships. We get into relationships that we think look right, look like it should be or whatever, and then we end up coming to the altar like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think that's important to say, because a relationship with God isn't cookie cutter, right? So
no, it's not. If it was,
what I need, that's how we find church homes.
Yeah.
Right. Those churches that are giving to us what we need at the moment, and are pouring into us and filling us with what we need in that season. If you're in the church is not feeding you what you need in that season, then go find somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean,
as God leads. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the point in going somewhere where you're not getting
what you need?
And it's not. We try to put God in the same box that we put each other in.
Yeah.
And say that one size fits all. Well,
no.
It doesn't. God's relationship is dynamic with us. Yeah. The way He deals with you
is different than the way He deals with you. Yeah, totally.
And same for congregations. The way a pastor deals with his congregation, I think, is going to be different.
Yes. Than a way another pastor deals with his congregation.
Based on the
demographics
makeup of his or her congregation.
Yeah. That's real. So I think we answered that one pretty well. So we're good.
I think we probably need to shut it down.
Shutdown time.
But really, these questions are everything to us.
They are.
We really love them and hope that they can keep coming in. We've got it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't get through them fast enough, but
we can't.
We will be taking this from the screen live. Some point at the top of next year.
Yep. We're pushing for February 2016.
My birthday.
Oh my God.
Get it. Yeah. So we're trying to take it out to the masses in a real,
men and women all over,
intimate way. We don't. This is what we like to do: sit and talk and have conversation.
Right.
And not speak at, but speak to.
Yeah. And have an open forum where it's like this same setting, like couch and amazing people and hopefully hundreds of people. And just men and women coming together and making connections and having like icebreakers and like different moments where people can actually speak out loud about what it is that they need an answer to, what it is that you need an answer to. Like, we may not have all the answers, but we can relate through what we've been through and give you the best of knowledge of what we have, and even from things that we've learned or that we've read or that we've studied or that we've been taught or whatever. We want to open up a platform for men and women to come together. It's always just all women or just all women or just all women. It's time to feed the men and to pour into the men and allow them to open up without feeling like they're shrinking as a man just because they have a need or a desire or a want. Like, us women need to feed them, and them men need to feed us. And so that's what Justin and I really want to do, is help open up that atmosphere for men and women from all over to come into a space wherever we are at that moment in that city or that state or whatever, and just laugh, live, and enjoy, and leave feeling like you can literally conquer whatever that thing is that you need, that promise. Marriage is coming forth, careers springing forth, destiny, entrepreneurships, like things that even if it's not a marriage, but you end up meeting somebody there that cultivates what you're doing, you have the same vision, you guys go for it. You know what I mean? Even husband and wives coming.
Even if it's not like something springing forth,
right?
That you've grown comfortable enough in yourself to know that
you matter.
Where I'm at right now is okay. And I'm gonna do what I can with this time, with this moment, and get every ounce of joy, and happiness, and purpose out of this moment in this season. And I am more than enough in each and every season. It doesn't have to be like you're getting some grand thing or something. No. You know, it's just
it could be even small things. It could be
love that you get for yourself once you leave these conversations and these discussions is what we want.
That honestly is probably the greatest key to it, is that you leave loving yourself that much more.
Absolutely.
A little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. So
all right,
cool.
Dan.
Yeah, boss.
A blind boy sees a green girl. She